Hey, welcome back, guys. My name is Terrence, and for you new people, this is Comic Break 98, where I'm going to break down your favorite Marvel and DC storylines for all of you guys' viewing pleasure. And it's official, guys. This is big news. The X-Men and the Fantastic Four, they're coming home. I knew it. I'm a little late, but if you guys were checking in the internets yesterday, and if you've been following that whole Disney Comcast deal with the Fox deal and all that, so I guess Comcast originally had, like, after they had countered Disney's original offer, which I can't remember at the time off my head, but they had offered like $68 billion in cash to acquire Fox, but Disney countered yesterday with $71.3 billion to take it. Let me just say, if I had $71.3 billion lying around, I don't even know what I would do. I guess I would buy like a production company like Fox, but oh man. And let me just tell you guys, I tried to stay away from all of those like videos talking about this whole like back and forth between Disney and Comcast, because I knew Disney was going to represent, because they have them now. They're back. Like now the possibilities for the MCU are endless. Now every story that they do from now on, because they have literally all of their characters back, it can be all that it's meant to be. It can be all that it is. Oh my god. And not just the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, just Disney as a a company as a whole. Like, they're gonna take over the world. They own Fox now. You know, Fox, the Super Bowl, they now own the most watched thing on television. Like, just not even thinking about Fantastic Four, X-Men. Like, they have like Predator, The Simpsons, all this stuff. But I know you guys want to talk about the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, so that's what we're gonna talk about. But I was gonna wait until Marvel dropped the title for Avengers 4 to save this, just to, have some wishful thinking to what could have been. Because, I mean, after all the paperwork is done, I'm just gonna say we're not gonna see the X-Men and the Fantastic Four in Avengers 4. I think. I'm pretty sure that's not, because they have to do all that paperwork and stuff. But even still, let's talk about, if they were in Avengers 4, how do we do it? And I think that all lies in the pages of Secret Wars. And an amalgamation of the Secret Wars 1995 and Secret Wars 2015. You know how Marvel likes to do these. They like to like blend their stories together and then make their own kind of original story out of it. So just think, swap out the Beyonder, swap out Doctor Doom, and put Thanos as the guy who makes Battleworld. Because if you guys didn't know, in both Secret Wars stories, Battleworld was actually different, like, locations in the Marvel multiverse that were all formed together in this one singular battlefield that the superheroes and the villains were, having this massive conflict on. And that's 1995, but 2015, it was where Doom had basically saved the entire Marvel universe and made this new reality. But therein lies in how we can bring the X-Men and the Fantastic Four into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I'm going to tell you why, because Marvel, they are some sneaky people. So, you guys know how Marvel likes to kind of have this thread between their movies and the comics, kind of keep things in line with the comics, so that whenever people go and see the movies, there's kind of that blend, so you can kind of see where it goes. And if you've been reading comics recently, Marvel is leading up to another kind of Infinity Gauntlet saga or Infinity War saga next year, but instead of Thanos going to get the Infinity Gems, it's basically the entire Marvel Universe going after the Infinity Gems. Sorry, that was my phone. But we just found out, if you've been reading the new Captain Marvel comic books, she's actually come into contact with the Reality Stone, and we find out that this version of the Reality Stone can span the multiverse. What? And if you guys don't know how dangerous that is, oh gosh. Let me just say, the Infinity Gauntlet that Thanos has right now, with all of the stones, he can change reality, do whatever he wants in that universe. Now that the Reality Stone is a multiversal like stone, now he can change the entire multiverse if he has the Infinity Gauntlet. So that being said, when the Infinity Gauntlet, if they are forming the Infinity Gauntlet again next year, this will be the most powerful version of the Infinity Gauntlet that we've ever seen in Marvel Comics before. But really, the power thing, that's only for when Thanos slaughters literally all of our favorite superheroes in Avengers 4. But anyways, transitioning from comics to film, I guess the multiverse in film, if they really want to make this truly ambitious, the most ambitious thing that they've ever done, the multiverse could be different studios' versions of different superheroes, i.e. Fox's X-Men, Fox's the Fantastic Four, and bringing them all over into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they're all going to be recasted. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys, how do we bring them into the Marvel Cinematic Universe? It's simple in my head. So, X-Men Dark Phoenix, yes, a Fox movie, comes out. It got pushed to February 2019 of next year, and I even feel like that has something to do with the Disney Fox deal. Let's say that, disregarding anything that happens in the story of that movie, because apparently it's supposed to be the last Fox movie because they're coming home. Let's say that at the end of X-Men there's an after credit scene, getting in line with that whole MCU after credit scene thing, and people start disappearing, which we know that can happen because, you know, like I said, the comics, the reality stone, it spans the multiverse. People start disappearing in the X-Men universe, and I'm gonna jump. I told you guys this was wishful thinking, so bear with me, but think about this. Captain Marvel shows up in the X-Men Dark Phoenix movie, wielding the reality stone that can span the multiverse, and telling them, and this does make sense because, you know, the X-Men, like that Cyclops, this new era that they're in, the First Class era, this is like the 90s, and Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s, and maybe the reason that this is the last Fox movie is because reality is collapsing around them, which we'll probably find out a reason for that in the movie. But Captain Marvel basically saves them and brings them into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and as we find out where Captain Marvel is, we find out where the X-Men have been as well, and they'll be growing up too. We'll have, oh man, the recasting basically speaks for itself, because when time spans, we pick up with the X-Men wherever they are. When we catch up with them in present day, they'll be more grown up. We'll have a seasoned X-Men team, and we can just get going. But that's down the line. In Avengers 4, whenever Captain Marvel shows up, we basically see her come, and then the X-Men will probably show up, maybe not at the same time that she comes, because, you know, she has to have her moment. They probably show up after, maybe in the after credit scene, showing that they probably came the same way that she did as well, but they went off and did their other thing. Maybe went into hiding because they know how society views mutants, and maybe they don't know that they're in a different reality, and so they think that, you know, they're viewed the same. And then we get our stream of X-Men movies. Marvel, call me. Yeah, I know. That easy, right? The X-Men are in the MCU, but now, oh gosh, the Fantastic Four. How are we going to bring them into Avengers 4 and collectively the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And that lies in the ending of Avengers 4. And it's kind of similar to the ending of Avengers Infinity War, when they put the ending of Infinity Gauntlet at the end of the first part of the Infinity Saga. We're going to put the ending of Secret Wars 2015 at the end of Avengers 4. And what was that? It was essentially the Richards family minus Ben and Johnny going out into the multiverse to essentially rebuild it with the help of their son Franklin. But this time they're returning from the multiverse with news to the Avengers and the X-Men, if they're there, that the multiverse is actually collapsing. And then Reed's explanation will essentially come back and answer the question that we had been left with at the end of X-Men Dark Phoenix. What the hell had just happened to this universe of characters that we had all known for about 10 years? Wow. It gives the Fox X-Men universe a little bit more commodity, even though it's done and over with. But yeah, that can answer the question. And then the answer that Reed basically gives the Avengers and the X-Men, who's ever there, is what Jonathan Hickman called it, and New Avengers Volume 5, I think, and that is essentially an incursion. And what is an incursion? It's essentially an Earth from a different universe coming, like, through, I can't explain all the logistics, but it's coming through, and it's basically about to collapse with another universe, and essentially it'll basically result in both of the universes being wiped out from the collision. So let's say Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet at the end of Avengers Infinity War, when he had snapped his fingers, deleted half of the life, and you guys saw how it was burned. Maybe that's because the toll that he took, whenever the toll that was taken when he had done that, it spanned the entire multiverse, and because of what he did, there's always some consequence. Baron Mordo told Doctor Strange this. The bill comes due always. Maybe because of what Thanos did, the immense power that he had done, he had probably deleted someone that he wasn't supposed to delete, and now the universe, he thought that he was balancing it, and it's now imbalanced, and because of this, the entire multiverse is collapsing in on itself. And get this, Reed Richards from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he finds out about the multiverse collapsing because as he's going through the multiverse trying to rebuild it, he sees the Fox Four Stick universe, and he sees that universe collapse. It'll be a sad and kind of scary moment for him, but it'll be a moment of wondrous joy for us all. But what does this mean for the Marvel Cinematic Universe? It means we keep going. That's literally like 10 more years, 100 years of more build-up for the Marvel Cinematic. Well, yeah, that's definitely infinitely more Marvel Cinematic Universe movies because they now have their properties back. But speaking of where the Cinematic Universe is going to go, the next 10 years, I feel like it's going to be Secret Wars. We're leading up to that. We're leading up to the multiverse collapsing, and we're just going to be seeing like different people across the multiverse, introducing them to all these new characters, new franchises across the multiverse, and then the next Infinity War, kind of the next, type of big ambiguous crossover movie will be Secret Wars, and we see all the characters coming together again to either fight each other, to see what will be the last like universe, and that'll probably be like Infinity War, and then Battle World Secret Wars will be kind of Avengers 4, and we're gonna get there. And then the story that's kind of following along those 10 years as well will be Secret Invasion. But guys, like my head is literally, we can, oh my gosh, we can get the entire Illuminati, and they can sprinkle those movies every couple of years, like showing where they are and figuring out where the multiverse is. Guys, the possibilities are endless. X-Men, Fantastic Four, not even them, everyone, they're coming home, guys. Oh, when I tell you, it is literally the greatest time to be a comic book fan. I cannot tell you. Oh gosh, my heart, it aches of joy. Okay, but this is an emotional video. I've simped too much for you guys, but man, if you guys like the video, please remember to like, comment, guys. Yes, let's get active in the comments. Let's discuss this, because my head is racing. Let's talk about what do you guys want to see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now that Marvel basically has everything back. We can see a fully fledged Marvel Universe depicted on film. What do you guys think about that? Let me know. Subscribe if you guys want to see more things out of Comic Break. And yeah, and I'm covering the Infinity Gauntlet. I just released number 4, The Conflict on the Far Side of the Galaxy, Thanos versus the Earth Superheroes, this past Friday, so you guys can go and watch that if you guys are interested. And I'm currently working on Infinity Gauntlet number 5 right now, but yeah. Oh gosh, I still can't wrap my head around this. This is the greatest thing ever. Okay, I'm gonna leave now. You guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.